Hello, beautiful people on the internet. It's me, Graphite Wood is here, and I'm here to tell you what if Deku had DNA manipulation part 4. I'm back again, and I don't know, I'm happy, sad, and frustrated at the same time. I'm happy that last time that I posted here I had like 280 subs, and now I have 430. That's honestly crazy, honestly, like very crazy. Thank you all for getting me to 400 subs, and even then like get me to 300 and then passing it so fast that I didn't even notice. I'm sad as well that I didn't post whatsoever after leaving you guys on a cliffhanger, which was totally on me, and frustrated that you new guys that came to enjoy my content. That was probably like the first video that you guys came in, probably not my Green Ninja Deku, and you guys were like, bro, where's part 4? Here's the thing about me that you guys need to at least know early on. So I like taking these breaks at times, like randomly. Most times I try and keep you guys updated if I can, but most times I just take these breaks either out of, well, maybe a little bit of laziness or just a bit stressed with real life shit. It's nothing really, just personal stuff, and most times I need a quiet place to write, but that's no point just dragging all that stuff to you guys. But yeah, do me a favor while you're here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and comment down below and comment what if ideas that you want me to do in the near future. And well, enjoy this new updated intro.
And I said that I would never back down. And I said that I would never back down. And I said that I would never back down. I swore that I would never fucking back down.
So last I left off, Izuku Midoriya had just entered the UA entrance exam while simultaneously entering a bet with his longtime rival Katsuki Bakugo, and he passes both with flying colors. Now we cut to Izuku. He's in his room admiring himself in the mirror as he was knotting his UA tie. Man, I can't believe that I still actually got into UA, the best hero school in the country, he thought to himself as he continued to admire himself in his new school uniform. And I still can't believe I kicked Bakugo's ass yesterday too. He also thought to that as himself as he was thinking back to that beach as he had Bakugo just on his whim. But before he could continue reminiscing about the past, his door suddenly flies open. He turns, but he is met by a flash of light. Ooh, I can't believe that my son is going to UA. He hears squealing and he could recognize that voice. It was the voice of his mom, Inko. Mom? Izuku stammered. What are you trying to do? Blind me? Oh, nothing really. I mean, after all, I just wanted to make sweet memories. After all, it's not every day that your son goes to high school for the first time. And of course, that school is UA after all. She started to bring out the photo from the camera and shake it vigorously, trying to get the image on the photo. Sure thing. Well, I'm glad that you're happy, but I think I might be late for school if I continue like this, so I might as well get going. He grabbed his bag and then started to head for the door, but then his mom stopped him. Izuku, knock him dead. She encouraged him and Izuku broke into a grin. Sure thing, Mom. He closed the door behind him as he was heading off for school. Now, a few minutes passed and Izuku was trying to look for his classroom. Class 1A. 1A, 1A, 1A. Where is that? he thought to himself. But as he continued to wander through the halls, he finally came face to face with the giant door 1A painted in red plastered on the door. Huh, well, found it, I guess. He spoke out loud, but nobody could hear him. As he went through the door, a thought just came to his mind. I wonder what my classmates would be like. I wonder if they have some cool quirks too. As he entered though, he was immediately greeted with two people yelling, "But you're not supposed to put your feet on the table. That's disrespect to school property." As Izuku heard this, he took a better look at the two people that were fighting, and it was that blue haired kid that I saw in the exam and Bakugo. "Yeah, so what if my feet are on the table? What are you gonna do about it? Are you the teacher?" Bakugo sneered at the kid. "Well, of course I'm not, but I'm supposed to keep order because without order, everything is out of whack." The kid began to explain, but it just fell on deaf ears as Bakugo just stopped paying attention to him. But as he turned, he went to go notice Izuku there and then just faced back to the kid because he did not want to look at Izuku's face. But this did not go unnoticed as the same kid turned to Izuku's attention and was immediately surprised. It's you!" he exclaimed in shock. Then he immediately ran up to Izuku and then brought out his arm, shaking it vigorously. "Hello, my name is Tenya Ida, and you're the guy that I met in the entrance exam." "Yeah, I remember that. I am so sorry. I had no idea that you had such a powerful quirk, and if I knew, I probably would have just left you alone." It's cool, mate, but tomato, tomato. Let's just get to our seats and not argue because it's too early for that." Izuku pointed at Bakugo, but Bakugo refused to look his way. "But he's disrespecting school property." He'll get his feet off eventually. He doesn't want the teacher to start thinking him like a delinquent. "But he is a delinquent. Wait, do you know him?" Yeah, kinda. It's a long story." They began to chat with one another and Ida understood, but he was still very angry and dismissive about leaving Bakugo to his devices, but just decided to follow Izuku's advice. Now Izuku just decided to keep himself occupied a bit, trying to, well, do anything really, but he just began to daydream as he really had nothing to do until school started. But then he was brought out of that daydream as he was tapped lightly on the shoulder. He looked up and then he saw a brown-haired girl, but it looked familiar to him. "Oh, it's you!" he exclaimed. "Yeah, it's me. I just wanted to say thank you for saving me back at, the entrance exam." "Oh, it was no problem really, just doing my thing, I guess. Well, as you know, my name is Ochako and you're Izuku, right?" the brown-haired girl asked, and Izuku nodded for yes. "Good, so mind if I take a seat next to you?" "Nah, not really." They began to chat with one another until something strange happened. The door had slid open and everyone's attention was focused on that door. But then suddenly a sleeping bag just fell out of nowhere. All of the students were confused until the sleeping bag turned and we saw a face inside it, freaking some of them out. "Hello, students." The man in the pillow began to speak as he was removing the body pillow off him. Then he headed for center stage, looking at all of them. "My name is Mr. Aizawa, and I'll be your class teacher for the semester." Everyone just looked at each other and then back at Aizawa, thinking if this is for real or not. "So first off, all of you are going to have an apprehension test right now. In the next 5 minutes, gather your gym clothes and meet me outside." One of the students raised their hands up and then asked, "But sir, we're meant to have assembly right now." We do not need formal introductions. I just want to see you guys downstairs in the next 5 minutes. Do you all understand? He spoke nonchalantly, but there was something about his eyes that just screamed menacing, and none of them wanted to disobey him. So, yeah, in the next 5 minutes. He left the classroom and everyone began to gather their suitcases to change. A few minutes passed and now everyone is outside with their gym clothes on. Aizawa is there to meet all of them with tablets in hand. Good, nice to see that all of you are here. So here's how this test is going to be. You all will be doing a bunch of physical tests so that I can get a good reading on all of your quirks. Because here in UA, you will not be limited in quirk usage just like how it was in middle school. In fact, we support it here, but we still have a few guidelines. He explained which was catching the students' interests. So, first up, ball throw. Izuku Midoriya. He calls out his name and Izuku looked both ways and then pointed at himself. Me? Yes, you. Now come over here. He began to walk close to Mr. Aizawa until they were side by side. So, how far have you ever thrown a baseball before? Aizawa asked, and Izuku was weirded out by that question, but he answered, 50 feet, I think. That was the last time that I thrown it. I don't play much baseball, so I don't really know. Well, doesn't really matter. Here, take this and throw it as far as you can with your quirk. With my quirk? Are you sure about that, sir? Yes, I'm sure. Okay then. He began to wind his arm back, and then with a giant kaboom, the ball goes flying, which causes everyone to look at him in amazement. Aizawa didn't even focus on that and just kept on looking at his tablet as the readings was going off. Then he just showed it all to the class, which were in absolute shock. 1,000 meters? How the hell are we meant to beat that? Tenki exclaimed, completely blown. I don't know it, but it does seem fun. Mina exclaimed as well, but this triggered something in Aizawa, which no one understood. Fun, huh? Well, how about this? Let's play a little game. All of you will be doing this test, but whoever comes in last will be expelled. This statement shook everyone to their core, but Ochako quickly spoke up, saying, "You can't do that, sir. We just got here. We worked our butts off to get here. This isn't fair." Fair? Aizawa retorted. You think that natural disasters are fair? You think that villains that attack our streets are fair? The job of a hero is that you're meant to combat this unfairness. The world is never fair. If you can't do this, then I'm sorry, this isn't the school for you. With this, everyone realized that this was now no longer a joking matter, and Izuku was a little bit shocked as well, but then he just calmed down a bit, thinking, well, I know that it's not gonna be me that'll be last place, but pretty much be the person that does. Now for the other training course. Everyone began to do it. Izuku had a very good start. In fact, he was nearly beating almost everyone, surprisingly. In long jump, he was like 3rd place. In speed, he was 1st. In the track, 2nd, followed by Bakugo, who came in 3rd. The strength grip test, he wasn't the best at, but he still beat some people. In fact, with this, Bakugo was also surprised at this, as his explosions was nowhere near his level suddenly. Somehow he got an upgrade, which just pissed him off more. Until finally the results came in. After everyone was soaked in their sweat after the tests, they all looked at the leaderboard, and it was Minoru Mineta who came in last place. Alright, Mineta, you are hereby expelled from UA High. With this, Mineta began to get on his knees and beg Aizawa, saying that he should reinstall him, saying that he will do whatever he wants as long as he doesn't expel him, but he won't budge. I'm going to take him to the principal's office to get the papers ready. As for all of you, get your syllabus and head back to class. As he took Mineta to the principal's office with him kicking and screaming, everyone was in absolute shock. I can't believe that he was serious about expelling us, one of the girls said, which was Momoya Hirozu. Yeah, and you came in like 3rd place. That's amazing. Izuku began scratching his head. Well, it was nothing really. Your quirk, But before she could continue, she was cut off by Bakugo, who was screaming at the top of his lungs. What the hell was that, Izuku? Huh? What do you mean? Izuku asked his longtime friend, but Bakugo was having none of it. I drew it just like you, and yet it did not go as far. You got 1,000 meters, I only got 800. What the hell did you do? Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. Suddenly, Asui had popped up. When we look at you guys, it seems that your quirks are very similar. Are both of you related? Oh, him and me? God forbid. God forbid. Izuku began to retort. No, we are not blood relatives. Then, how do you... Well, that is a secret for me, madam, but I better get to class now. It's a really pity that Mineta is going to get expelled or whatever his name is, but I have other things to do. Anyway, catch you later. He packed his syllabus and then went off, and everything was normal until he finally came back home and met up with his mom. So, how was the day, sweetie? It was nice. We did a lot of stuff. We ran around the court, tested out the quirks. One of the students got expelled. When he said this, his mom turned around. What? Yeah, it wasn't an entire big thing, but meh, it is what it is, I guess. Man. I also went to go test out this new technique that I've been developing. It seems to be working now. Bakugo was really pissed when he found out. When he said this, Inko let out a little laugh, which confused Izuku. What is it? Oh, it's nothing really, it's just that you two are always trying to one-up each other even after you guys were kids. I'm so glad that you have such a good friend, Izuku, especially at your new school. It was nothing really, but I better get to work on this new homework that they gave us. See you in a few. Okay. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this part. And the thing about Izuku's explosions being strong, why is it strong? Well, you have to find out in part 5. And again, I'm very sorry that this is coming late. This was supposed to come out way later than it's supposed to, but it is what it is. But yeah, see you guys in the next part.